AOT Revolution Update 2.5 is going to be absolutely massive, and it's almost here. We're going to get the Thunder Spears, we're going to get the Armored Raid, we're going to get new Abnormal Titans, and there's also a bunch of secret stuff that's coming, so today I'm going to be covering all of that. But first, we actually have a huge code change, where codes now actually expire after a week. Now, this is massive because, as you guys know, I always include the new codes in my videos, but by the time I'm done editing them and then I post them, they'll usually expire in only like a few hours after I post the video, and so a lot of you guys don't actually get to use them in time. This was because the codes expired in only 3 days, but now they've made the codes expire after an entire week, so this is much better. And speaking of these codes, we actually have 2 new codes right now, so I'm going to show those codes right here. So the first code we have here is 500k community members. I already used it, but it's going to give you 250 spins, and that's actually pretty good, so that's like 25,000 gems worth of spins, so that's really good. And the second code is Thanksgiving. I also redeemed this, and this is going to give you 1 of each potion, so gold, luck, and XP, all for an hour each. That's also actually really good. I don't know how many of you celebrate Thanksgiving. I personally do because I live in America, but if you didn't, then it was just Thanksgiving here in America, so that's why that code is there. But really quickly, I'm actually recording this after I've already recorded the rest of the video. It's actually the next day, and they literally just said that the Halloween event has ended, and there's actually another new code, and the code is End of Halloween Event, and it's going to give you 50 spins. So not really a lot of spins, but it is a complete surprise bonus, so it's better than nothing. And this does mean that the Halloween event has ended, so there will be no more pumpkin titans or pumpkin tokens or any of the Halloween stuff in the shop. But moving on with the video, we actually have a ton of new stuff that's coming in Update 2.5 that we already know of, so I'm going to talk about that now. So you can actually see the roadmap for the game right now, and as you can see in the middle, we have the next update, that being Update 2.5, and we can see that we're getting the Armored Raid, new Abnormal Titans, and a Fritz Rework. So the first thing is the Armored Raid, and that's going to be absolutely insane. We already know that the Attack Raid is in the game right now, and it has like a cool animation that plays, and you basically just fight the Attack Titan. It's based off Season 1 of Attack on Titan, when Eren goes berserk and, like, starts fighting the people that are on his side because he hasn't, like, fully controlled his Titan or whatever. So we can assume something similar to that for the Armored Raid. I actually have a theory that this raid could be based off when the Armored Titan first reveals himself, and we, like, fight him outside the wall after he transforms with the Colossal Titan. Basically just, like, the big reveal. That could be, like, the gameplay cutscene, and then we go into the fight for the raid. I think that could be really sick, and we actually kind of have some evidence to support that, because if you go into the progress channel right now, we can see the modeler oranges work right here, and all of this stuff has to do with Reiner, who is the Armored Titan. So you can see here Reiner's shifting scars, the Marleyan rifle, young Reiner's uniform, young Reiner's backpack, and the Marleyan armband. So I'm assuming all of that is cosmetics, except for Reiner's shifting scars. That could be part of the animation for the Armored Raid, like when Reiner first transforms into the Armored Titan when he's on top of the wall with Bertold, or it could be after we defeat him or something like that. Yeah, we're not completely sure, but that's just my prediction, is that the raid will take place right after him and Bertold reveal themselves on top of the wall. And if that is the case, that would be absolutely sick. But moving on, we have new Abnormal Titans coming in Update 2.5, and we actually know some animations for these new Abnormal Titans. As you can see right here, there's actually a bunch of animations that we already know about for the Abnormal Titan. I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of weird. It's like roaring and doing all these crazy animations. These will probably be pretty deadly, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, just looking at these on screen right now is kind of crazy. They'll probably just run way faster and have a ton of more trick animations they can do to try to kill you while you're swinging around the air. And I'm not completely sure if these are just normal Abnormal Titans like the crawlers and stuff, or if these will only spawn in Aberrant. But regardless, these are pretty cool. I can't wait for them to get added just to spice things up a little, but hopefully they're not too deadly. But moving on, this is a bit of a controversial one. We have the Fritz Rework. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there was a vote that happened in their Discord server, and they were voting for whether people wanted the Fritz Rework in this next update or the update after. And the thing is that if they chose to add it in this update, it would take longer for the update to come out. So I personally voted for it to not come out in the next update so that it would come out faster. And it literally came down to the wire. It was a 50-50 split in the Discord server vote, but the people spoke, and it ended up being that people wanted the Fritz Rework in this next update, so it will be coming. However, I personally think that this this might not necessarily be a good thing, because first of all, this means that the next update is going to take longer to come out because the Fritz rework is going to be in it. But also, just the Fritz rework in general, I feel like is kind of unimportant. I feel like out of all the things that are in the game right now, the Fritz rework just isn't that important because not many people have Fritz to begin with. And it's not like it needs a rework. Yeah, it's basically just the same as Ackerman but with shifting, but that's completely fine. It's meant to be really good. And I think a lot of people are understanding that just because they're reworking Fritz doesn't mean they're making it better. Because for all we know, they might be making Fritz way worse with this rework. They could nerf it and give it a ton of really bad skills, and that would be the rework. So I think a lot of people hear rework and they just get excited because they think it's going to be a really good big change. But ultimately, it's just a family. It's not that important. Fritz is already fine as it is. It's not the most important thing. They should really be putting all their focus into the armored raid. And again, Fritz rework doesn't mean it's getting buffed. In fact, it could actually get nerfed. So I'm not super excited about that, but I mean, it's coming in the next update, so you can expect it to be coming soon. And next, with update 2.5, we just have a bunch of side changes like quality of life fixes. That will just be some stuff that makes the game more enjoyable to play overall. We have new raid drops, so those are going to be obviously new raids in the armored raid. Obviously, with the armored raid will come buff chances for the armored serum. In case you didn't know, before the attack raid was even in the game, the only way to get the attack serum was just from playing missions, just like the armored serum is right now. And it was like super rare, but then they added the attack raid and it got buffed a ton. Like I have almost a 1% chance of getting the attack serum every raid. I have literally 4 of them right now. And it's going to be the same thing with the armored serum. Right now, the armored serum is really hard to get, but once they introduce the raid, it'll have a way higher chance. And next, they're adding an auto delete game pass. I'm not completely sure what this could mean because I don't think it has anything to do with spins, because it's not like you actually keep your spins anyway. If they're not good, you choose which spins to keep. So I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what auto delete game pass could mean, but if you think you have an idea, let me know down in the comments. But that's all we know for update 2.5 on this roadmap. But we actually have a few other things that not really anyone is talking about, but they're also pretty massive. So probably the biggest thing that a lot of people have just magically forgotten. I don't know if you guys have watched any of my previous videos where I mentioned this, but a while ago, Ike said that he was going to be making a massive announcement for something that's never been done on Roblox before. And he literally said that it would break headlines even outside of Roblox. And he said he'd be doing it soon and that he would release this information on the next update. But as we all know, the update's out and he did not release this information. So I mean, this is a pretty massive thing. If Ike really thinks that it would break headlines, then I feel like he should have mentioned it in this update because he literally said he would. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the heck happened with this. He hasn't talked about it since then. No one knows what this big thing is that he's talking about. And honestly, we don't even know if it's true. For all we know, Ike could have been completely making this up just to build hype for this update. And then he doesn't even actually have any headline breaking thing that he's working on. But I mean, I honestly highly doubt that's the case because I don't think he would talk all about that thing without it actually being real. Maybe some delays have happened. Again, if you didn't watch my video where I talked about it, I had a theory that it could be an actual collaboration with Attack on Titan because that would break headlines outside of Roblox because Attack on Titan is just such a massive franchise. So maybe they're still working on that big thing and it's just been delayed. I don't know. But again, Ike did say he was going to mention it in this update and he didn't, so we're still waiting on that. But another thing that I talked about in my last video was this secret mission right here that still didn't come out in this new update. Again, if you want to know what I'm talking about, just watch my last video on why update 2 is saved. But yeah, we still have not gotten this mission and I'm kind of confused as to why because they literally said it's coming next update and I don't think this mission is any of the missions that we currently have because it doesn't look like any of them. But moving on, we have Thunder Spears coming to the game and these were actually supposed to come out in this update, but for some reason they were taking way too long, so they're coming in update 2.5. And we don't know a ton about these. We know that it has this animation right here of it blowing up, and the sound effects and everything are actually done for it. And if you go to the progress channel, one of the animations that are done for this next update are the Thunder Spear animations. So we know they're pretty much done, but they're not done quite yet, and they will be dropping in the next update. We're still unsure as to how we'll like unlock them and use them, but my assumption is that it'll just be a completely new skill tree path that are dedicated to Thunder Spears. Like it'll be its own like skill, but we'll just have to see. Looking at the progress channel, we can see that a lot of the stuff is actually done. Like right here, we can see that Evo's work for scripting. He has the Thunder Spears, which are work in progress, and they have been for like 2 months. But hopefully this won't take too long because he has been working on them for a long time. And we know it shouldn't take too long because again, we already have the Thunder Spear animations done. We have the Thunder Spear visual effects done from Hidden. Titan. And for Logtuff's work, and he makes sound effects, we have the Thunder Spears, which are also a work in progress. And speaking of sound effects, Logtuff is also working on the Armored Raid sound effect, and he hasn't started on that yet because he's working on the Thunder Spears, but that will be coming in the next update. We can see here Vivo's work, who's scripting. He's currently working on the Armored Raid and the new raid drops, so at least he's working on both of those, and one of them isn't completely unfinished, so that should also be done soon. But for Ender's work, as I already mentioned, he already has the Thunder Spear animations done, and he has the first day on the job, the 12 FPS, and the Anim Pack 1 animation packs for the ODM gear. So all of those words that you're seeing, all those names, are just going to be the different names for the new animations with the ODM gear. But next, he also has the new Titan Variations animations, and I think that's going to be the new animations for the new Aberrant Titan that I mentioned earlier. And we already got to look at those, so those should be done really soon. And next, and this one's really interesting, we have the Fritz Rework animations. So I'm assuming this means that they're going to be adding a bunch of new skills that have new animations. So hopefully the skills are good and they look really cool to make the rework and the extra time for the update worth it, but he actually has not started on those yet. Moving on, we have the Armored Titan Raid cutscene intro and outro, and unfortunately he has not even started working on these yet, but these will be the cutscenes that play at the beginning and end of the Armored Titan Raid, just like the attack raid. Again, I have a prediction that this cutscene will be like when Reiner reveals himself on top of the wall and then he fights Eren. That's my prediction for the Armored Raid, but we'll just have to see. And finally, for the animations, we have NPC animations. IDK the name for them. So I have no idea what this could mean. I guess we might be getting NPCs on the maps now, or it might just have something to do with the main lobby, like the NPCs that are in there. But yeah, I really don't have any clue what this could mean, but he hasn't started working on that yet. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we already know that all of the new model, like all the new cosmetic models and stuff are done, so that's good. And moving on, we have Pico's work, and he does the rigs for the cutscenes, and he actually has the new cutscene rig completely done, and he's currently working on the cutscene animation. So this is really good, because this means that the basic structure of the cutscenes that are coming are done. They just need to actually animate the rigs, so that shouldn't take too long, so that's pretty good. And finally, we have Cole's work, and he's a new developer, and he's currently scripting the new Titan Variations, and he's working on that. So I'm assuming that's going to be like the new Abnormal Titans that I keep talking about, so hopefully that should be done soon. And then Cole is also working on the Fritz Rework. He hasn't started on that, but that hopefully shouldn't take too long, because they already have the animations done for it and stuff. Well, not done, but like they've already started working on that. And then he's working on the auto delete game pass. Again, I have no idea what the auto delete game pass could be, but we'll just have to see. They also completely removed the regiment revamp progress from the progress channel, and I believe that's just because it's not actually coming in this next update. Speaking of regiments, if you didn't know that when they do revamp the regiments, I'll be giving my YouTube members special seats in my own regiment. If you don't know how to join, you can actually become a member to this channel for either $1 or $3 a month, depending on the tier you get, and you'll get access to a bunch of these perks on screen right here. For tier 1, you'll get a bunch of really cool custom emojis and badges that are in the comment sections of my videos and the live chats on my live streams. I'll shout you out at the end of every video, and you'll get priority reply in all my comment sections and live chats. And if you link your Discord to your YouTube account, you'll automatically get the YouTube member role in my Discord, which also comes with a bunch of perks in the server. And for tier 2 membership, you'll get access to all those perks, and I'll add you on Roblox, and I'll give you an extra special shout out at the end of every video. If you haven't already, join my Discord. It's completely free. There's a bunch of really cool stuff in there, and there will be a link down in the description to join both the membership and the Discord server. But speaking of that, shout out to all my members on screen right now. It's just absolutely insane how many members I have right now. I mean, I'm just going through all of them right now. If you want to find your name, you can just pause the screen and try to find yourself, but I mean, there's just so many of you that it might even be hard to find yourself at this point. But I appreciate all of you guys so much. You guys really mean the world to me, and just thank you so much for all your support. And even more so, shout out to all my tier 2 members. You guys are really the best. I mean, I just can't believe that this many of you have already joined the tier 2 membership. It really does mean everything to me. I mean, you guys are literally supporting me so much. So just thank all of you so much, tier 1 or tier 2. Or even if you're just watching the video, I appreciate it. Obviously, you don't have to become a member or donate or anything like that, but for completely free, you can literally just like and subscribe. Liking the video is completely free. It costs you literally nothing, and it pushes out my video to more people. And subscribing guarantees that you never miss a banger upload. And again, just just like with liking the video, it's completely free, costs you nothing, and it only takes a second, and it supports me a ton for completely free. But overall, I'm excited for this next update. Obviously, the Armored Raid is going to be a massive thing that they're adding, and the Thunder Spheres should be really cool as well. I just hope they don't mess them up after all this time they spent on them. Yeah, that's everything we know that's coming in the next update. If you like the video, remember to like, and I hope you all have a very nice day. Bye-bye.